but how often the greatest country on earth has waged war. If we count wars against internal enemies like the American Indian or the original natives on this country, so if we factor all that in, and let's see what else. Oh, if we count the foreign wars, the covert foreign wars we fight, if we count aid to other states' aggressive external and internal wars, so if we help those guys out, we can see that the United States has been at war almost continuously since it broke free from Britain. We've been at war continuously since we broke free from Britain. By one estimate, our country has been at war 214 out of the 228 years since the Constitution took effect. That's 94% of the time that we've been here, and there were wars during the Articles of Confederation period, too. So 214 Constitution took effect. That's 94% of the time. Yeah, think about that. 214 out of the 228 years we've been around, we've been fighting wars. So that goes against the popular misconception the war state began in 1945. It's been going on for a long time. And from the start, war was an acceptable means to national policy ends, whether to open markets or install friendly regimes or even to covertly establish a global power. They're fighting for global power. They're fighting for who gets to run. And see, this is the thing. If North Korea moves, this could put us in a position to say that, we're not capable alone of taking on North Korea. And I don't mean that we're not capable of blowing them out of the water and killing everybody. Sure, we're capable of that. But are we capable of keeping the country intact while we have a media that continues to harass our president and continue to lie to the American people by saying all kinds of things that are making us all weary of politics? I mean, aren't you just about tired of what you're hearing in the media? Aren't you ready to hear more? Well, we're so oblivious now to what's going on with North Korea that I'm sure many of us, and I'm looking right now at CNN, all they're talking about is Scaramucci and how he had no plans to resign today, where now it is said that the military is monitoring submarines, North Korean submarines, and they believe that they're doing ejection exercises. They're testing ejection capabilities on their subs to eject missiles into the sky and have them ignite and then go to their targets, which means that they can move inland a lot better. They don't have to even launch from North Korea. They can launch from their submarines. Another thing that is interesting is the solicitation for a new weapon. We were talking about this in the last hour, too, that apparently they've been looking, the United States, the Pentagon has been looking for actually a non-kinetic effects weapon for 155 millimeter projectiles. The weapon will be non-explosive electromagnetic pulse artillery shells capable of wiping out a wide range of electronics, critical infrastructure, and computer-based systems. So the Pentagon is preparing with an EMP weapon. Say the precision delivery of the non-kinetic effects NKE electronic payload close to the target allows low power operation, which limits the geographical extent of impacted systems and reduces the overall impact of the electromagnetic spectrum. So who knows who they're going to use this EMP weapon on? I think we do know who they're going to use it on. But now, here we are with a new weapon system ready to be tried out, the EMP weapon system that's fired out of a cannon. over target. So it would be a precision delivery system that would be able to explode over a small area, not knocking out power to a massive area. So they're getting a little bit better at how they're going to pinpoint the EMPs. At least we are. In the meantime, the breaking news story is that the military are now monitoring strange activity for North Korea, their submarines. They're testing ejection systems, according to this latest report. Ejection systems to eject a missile into the air and then ignite the engines, which would mean that the wait time for a impact would be lessened. So this is important. And what I've read, they're going to be launching an intercept missile on Wednesday. So we're going to be testing our missiles too. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. If you'd like to add to the conversation, what do you think is going to happen? Is this still brinkmanship, or are we moving into the infancy of war? 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. We'll be back with more Ground Zero. Don't go away.
This is a crime warning for home and property owners. High property values have created a devastating crime called title fraud. Thieves are targeting homes in your area. Take it from this retired FBI agent.
Home title fraud is when a thief steals your identity and transfers your home's title to his name. Once he controls your title, he can take out a loan and stick you with a payment. He can change title so he inherits your home. He can even sell your home and evict you. Title insurance doesn't protect you. Neither does your bank or identity theft protection. I protect my home with Home Title Lock, and you should too.
Home Title Lock forms a virtual perimeter around your home's title. The instant it detects activity to your home's title or mortgage, it's on it, helping to shut it down. If you own a home or property, get Home Title Lock. And to be sure you're not already a title fraud victim, get your home's title history, a $60 value, free with sign-up. Visit HomeTitleLock.com and use promo code DEFEND. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code DEFEND.
Hi, I'm Chris Dominello, co-founder of Neuro Coffee, a delicious, nutritionally enhanced coffee to not only improve your focus and attention, but to also support your brain health. It has been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, and Chef Robert Irvine Magazine called it the next big thing. Neuro Coffee was developed by nutrition PhD Dr. Mike Roussel. We created a coffee that not only tastes amazing, it also supports brain health. I am so confident that you'll love Neuro Coffee, but if you don't like it, you can return it in 30 days for a full refund, and I'll even buy you a 12-ounce bag of your old coffee. Every cup of Neuro Coffee is enhanced with all natural antioxidants that support your body's ability to grow and repair neurons. These antioxidants were tested in 2 human clinical trials to prove that they work. Basically, it's a brain health supplement infused into amazing artisan coffee with a daily cost that is less than what you're currently paying. Again, if you're not happy, you can return it in 30 days for a full refund, and I'll buy you a 12-ounce bag of your old coffee. Truly risk-free. Start drinking Neuro Coffee to support your brain health now at GetBrainCoffee.com. GetBrainCoffee.com. That's GetBrainCoffee.com. GetBrainCoffee.com.
What makes new Simply Summer's Eve Feminine Wash different? It's simple. Seriously, that's the answer. It's made with simple ingredients. Ingredients that help stop odor and help you maintain a naturally healthy pH, gently and effectively. Here's what Simply Summer's Eve ingredients do not include: harsh chemicals, dyes, alcohol, or parabens. And it comes in light, refreshing scents like mandarin blossom and coconut water. New Simply Summer's Eve Gentle Foaming Wash and Cleansing Cloths. Gentle by nature. Click the tile to learn more.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
A college education is one of the best tools for building a better life. But for the thousands of American Indians living on reservations, that path can be difficult to navigate. More American Indians live in poverty than any other racial or ethnic group. Often forced to choose between buying food and paying tuition, less than 5% of American Indians can afford to go to college without help. Since 1989, the American Indian College Fund has helped thousands of young men and women begin a path out of poverty as students at tribal colleges. In a tribe, educating one student can empower an entire community to create jobs, address health problems, and preserve their culture. As more American Indians see a college education as a way out of poverty, full-time college enrollment continues to rise, along with a continued need for support. Help a student, help a tribe. To learn more, please visit tribalcollege.org. A public service message from the American Indian College Fund.
Hey guys, let's play some video games.
This new dad plays video games with his sons, but the challenge feels like he's lifting a metric ton.
So many buttons.
His avatar just stares at the walls, twists and turns and somehow falls.
Help me.
He's tangled up in the controller's cords.
I just don't understand this crazy digital world.
Crazy, crazy digital world. Zeros and ones. But the love from his kids is totally apparent. Ooh. See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
You should have just
Oh, no.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
No, are you kidding me?
I'm Clyde Lewis. You're listening to Ground Zero. Since the tests before the weekend began, and we were hearing about this, I was hearing about it when I was in San Francisco, the absolutist options are now restricted to 3. You either can embargo more material. It wouldn't be immediate, but it'd be something we can do. If they stopped providing things like missile parts and food a long time ago, it would have kept North Korea from getting it to this point. Then we've got assassination. You know, we can assassinate Kim, but we don't do that. I mean, it's difficult to do because of the regimented and monitored nature of the North Korean area. You know, it's a very, very tight place. It'd be hard to get in and do something like this.
Shit.
A lot of pressure, yeah, I guess. But, you know, China really can't do anything either. I mean, if they were to just say, hey, we're not going to help you, North Korea, they have enough stuff pretty much stored, I guess, from what I understand. I mean, you know, Kim Jong-un, he stores a lot of stuff. They got plenty of food and stuff to last them. If they just decide to fire off some nuclear missiles, they'd have enough food available to feed their military and government for months while the population would starve to death, but they would tell them they're starving for a good cause. That's the blood cement they have with their people. And the thing is that it doesn't seem like they really want to stop it because they've gotten together with Russia, and now they're coming out in defense of North Korea, possibly because they simply are tired of how this whole anti-U.S., anti-Russia, I mean, it's just, they're playing for time. And I'm going to tell you now, one of the things, I had a discussion with my friend the other day, and she was saying to me that, you know, people are going to say that it's Trump's fault. And she does not support Trump. Let's just put it this way. She says she does not support Trump, but they're going to mistakenly say that this is all Trump's fault. But it's not. We know that Obama and the Bushes, and we know that Clintons, and even Jimmy Carter.
Hey, how's it going, Jason? What's up, man?
These guys knew, for as many years as we knew, that this was building. And the latest tests that we have seen or talked about, we know now, well, we knew before that because I told you of the information I got from Bilderberg, that they have the capability of striking most cities within the United States, and some places, you know, that are, you know, inland don't really worry. But as I said, when I was in San Francisco, the vulnerability factor was definitely something they were worried about when they were talking about on KTVU. They were talking about on other television stations. I just wanted to see what the reaction was. And they were saying that hard decisions have to be made. Lines have been crossed. This is a time. And this is the thing. China is not, even if China did try to embargo or at least do something, they haven't got the power. They seem like their hands are tied behind their back. I don't know what they can do. The North Korea is getting very dangerous. We've said don't underestimate them. When you post anything on Facebook about North Korea, immediately people say, oh, he's fat, when you're talking about Kim Jong-un, or I'll bet his missile didn't do anything. It's just, you know, that's the thing. The missiles have been successes. And just in the ejection process in a submarine, they're doing those tests right now as we speak. The military have detected this activity going on with Korean subs, North Korean submarines. So if they're learning how to test fire their missiles out of submarines using the steam pressure so they don't ignite, that makes the time of impact a lot sooner if they fire. So what are we supposed to do?
Oh man,
this is it, right? This. I mean, we're getting so close now.
Oh, I gotta share that.
That's why I say, is it just another one of those saber rattling things, or is this brinkmanship, or do you think that this is inevitable now? The inevitability of what is to come, because it just seems to me that there's more to this than just North Korea. But we'll wait and see what happens when the first shoe drops, and it's probably going to drop pretty damn soon. What do you think? 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. I mean, there are a lot of things going on that would make me wonder if we're just one day going to wake up and hear of some sort of incident going on. I know that...
I challenge you.
What was it? The other day I was reading about how
they were
it
died. It crashed.
Flying B-1s in a nuke drill in Seoul. I know that Japan is saying they want a THAAD system set up with nukes to counterattack. They're getting itchy because they think North Korea is getting itchy. And it looks like it is. I mean, look, if they're testing their missile capabilities with submarines, something's going on. I think this should be seen as a threat. I really do. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. I'm Clyde Lewis. You're listening to Ground Zero. We'll get to your phone calls coming up. Don't go away.
By the way, guys, this is live. By the way, guys, Clyde Lewis is live right now, by the way. So if you guys want to call in, you guys are more than welcome to.
At our startup, my team and I move at the speed of tech 24/7. Bottom line, I just want the news that matters. So I turn to my local radio and TV stations. I want to hear from people who live and work in my town, people I know and trust. For the best entertainment, sports, news, weather, and traffic, anytime, anywhere, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text radio to 52886. Furnished by the NAB and this station. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
CBS News Update. President Trump's new communications director is now his former communications director. As Anthony Scaramucci gets escorted out of the White House, the president apparently upset about Scaramucci's expletive-laced interview with the New Yorker magazine. Correspondent Chip Reed.
Scaramucci was fired by the president at the urging of new Chief of Staff John Kelly, a four-star Marine Corps general who was brought in to instill discipline to a White House suffering from months of chaos and internal warfare. Scaramucci becomes the seventh senior White House official to be ousted.
And CBS News political analyst Leonard Steinhorn.
Anthony Scaramucci's persona may have worked on Wall Street, but he was ill-suited for Washington, uninformed about political communication, and ill-tempered even for a president who himself often speaks without a filter.
And the president maintains there is no chaos in his administration. This evening,
no.
Great day at the White House. CBS News Update, I'm Jim Shevin.
No.
And now from the Mercedes-Benz of Wilsonville Traffic Center, it's Portland's Most Traffic, brought to you by Susie's Organic Mustard, locally produced with wind power by a family-run company in Pendleton, Oregon since 1982. It's gluten-free, comes in yellow, Dijon, and spicy brown.
No, you go to bed,
some great commute times out there. In fact, I'm not seeing any issues.
Oh, wait, no,
on the
I'm just
freeways.
kidding,
Maybe
buddy.
a little bit of a slowdown coming out of North Portland to
I love you, buddy. You're my
transition
neighbor.
onto I-84 and Highway 30. You're going to see that slowdown again in North Portland, coming out of the Pearl District. Morrison Bridge remains closed, so keep that in mind. Now over to KGW's Matt Spino with a look at weather.
Temperatures out there right now will be the coolest at this time of the day for any day this week, at least until we get into Friday. Overnight lows won't drop out of the 70s on Thursday morning, so we've got some really warm evenings on the way and overnight temperatures too. It's going to be tough to cool the homes down when we reach 100 degrees on Tuesday, then 105 on Wednesday and 106 on Thursday. So dangerously hot weather all week long. I'm KHW's Matt Spino for FM News 101.
Let's go over
this is
and do
you
this,
over
guy.
30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there
Work
yet?
night. That is true.
And this is your mom now.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing. That's why AARP gives you the information to provide even better care.
All right, I'll close
for
it
your
after
loved
this.
one. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Ed Lukasevic.
And Cindy Lukasevic at Dynovite.
This year, whenever you order a 90-day supply of Dynovite for your dog, we'll send you a free sample of one of the other doggy things we make.
Like Liquor Chaps, Super Mega Fish Oil, or Doggo Suds Shampoo.
What's on your dog's wish list?
We'll offer a different freebie each week at Dynovite.com.
Don't you just love the sound of healthy, happy dogs?
Dynovite is nutrition.
Dynovite for life.
Oh, we lost!
DITE.com.
No!
Ransomware is software that can infiltrate your business through email, enabling cyber criminals to hijack sensitive information as ransom for your own data's release. Leveraging Barracuda email security with advanced threat detection can stop a ransomware attack in its tracks. As an added measure, Barracuda Backup allows you to recover your data without having to surrender to extortion. Crime doesn't pay when you protect your business data with Barracuda. Go to barracuda.com/ransomware to learn more.
Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains.
Broken promises and nuclear and missile tests. Over the past 18 months, North Korea has conducted two unlawful nuclear tests.
I love Ground Zero. I love Ground Zero.
An EMP attack.
It's the best.
Is an intense burst of electromagnetic radiation.
What do we have? Oh, we got this guy.
Growing over Syria, Ukraine, and the Baltic states. Analysts say a small risk of contact, misunderstanding, and escalation between the nuclear superpowers has become very real.
Pictures have been published of a new Russian intercontinental ballistic missile. Russian state media says the Satan II, as it's called, could actually wipe out an area the size of Texas or France.
Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold.
Is there a civil war brewing in the USA?
Causing trouble, raising hell.
Oh, don't freeze.
They freeze there.
True sort of nationalism or ethnic identity or tribalism that is built around an us and an us and an us and an us.
Imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever.
Protect the weak against the strong. A world where the United Nations, freed from Cold War stalemate, is poised to fulfill the historic vision of its founders.
This is it, boys.
This country is at war with you and you and you and you and you and you.
You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alone.
I'm Clyde Lewis. You are listening to Ground Zero.
Marcus.
The numbers to call tonight, 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. Things are happening again in North Korea as the submarines are doing unusual activity, testing their ejection systems, according to what is being reported right now. Meanwhile, the United States Air Force is planning to test launch an unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile Wednesday from Vandenberg Air Force Base. The unarmed Minuteman III missile will be launched between 12:01 and 6:01 a.m. from the base, about 12 miles northwest of Lompoc, according to Vandenberg's 30th Space Wing team. The Air Force Global Strike Command's missile launch is designed to test the weapon system's effectiveness, accuracy, and readiness. We are preparing, obviously, for something. And of course, it just seems to me a lot of lines have been crossed here, and this is something that it may be inevitable. This is far beyond brinkmanship. Let's go to Jake in Florida. Hi, Jake. You're on Ground Zero.
Hey, Clyde. Thank you. My background is nuclear, biological, chemical in the Army, and I was stationed in South Korea, 30 miles off the DMZ for 3.5 years.
Come on.
My biggest concern with North Korea is their ability to nuclearize a warhead and put it on a missile that can reach as far as people are saying, like Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles. It's the chemical weapons. That takes nothing. That's lightweight. It's easy. You just got to put a canister on there. Mm-hmm. Biological or chemical is far times deadlier than any nuclear weapon.
The show that I did before the Geoengineering Summit, it was odd because I had talked about these tests that were done, the simulated tests, the vulnerability tests in the 50s, saying that, something worse is biological warfare, and that is something that we need to be on guard for. No sooner had I reported that during the time of the missile tests, they released at least 3 different articles about North Korea's biological weapons capabilities, that they may have nukes, but it doesn't matter. Their biological weapons are just as lethal.
Yes, sir. It's nasty. It's nasty. I mean, we were always prepared for the biological attack in South Korea. The U.S. troops over there were called a speed bump. If the North ever wanted to come over that border, there's not a whole lot we can do except fight. And we can fight and die. That's what we're going to do. And that's why we're there. We're going to try to protect as much as we can. But what you were saying about the new EMP developments that were going on, that's exactly what I would do. I would put an EMP over North Korea. I would blanket that country, and then I would, at the same time, simultaneously blanket with bombs all their artillery that we know exists, and try to mitigate as much of the casualties of South Korea as we can, because all that artillery is aimed at South Korea, or at Seoul. I'm sorry, Seoul. Mm-hmm. Because 10 million people, they can rain down. At the time when I was there was 10,000, 100,000 rounds a minute. That's insane. You're going to create so many casualties. If North Korea does have nukes, even then, it's even worse. But the chemical, biological aspect of it is what scares me. And there are 2 satellites that they supposedly launched into space. Who knows if those have EMPs on them?
It's true.
And that freaks me out. I mean, every day I'm thinking about it, because apparently those circle the Earth 38 minutes. Every 38 minutes, they're over the United States. Every 38 minutes, they're circling. And
now's the time. I would suggest that now's the time for everybody to buy a transistor radio and keep listening to AM radio, because that's going to be the only radio you're going to have if anything goes down that we need to be aware of, because it's going to be going right to news and talking about the situation. As I said, the mainstream is not going to break right now and tell you that these submarines are doing ejection exercises. If, they are doing it, well, the military says they are. So if they are doing these ejection exercises, then they're preparing for firing from a submarine somewhere near the coast, a missile that could take out a major target in the United States.
Yes, sir. And the other thing about the submarines is, as far as I know, there are still 50 of them, submarines missing from North Koreans' units. Wow. They don't have them accounted for on their coast. We don't have them accounted for. They're still missing. They've been missing for 2 years now. We didn't blow them up. Otherwise, we probably would have heard about it, maybe.
Where do you think they are right now? Do you think they're in Cuba?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. It freaks me out. It freaked me out over there. It even freaks me out over here after, 14 years later.
Yeah, I have a friend who's talking about Hawaii. My wife said that she feels that this is an important issue. I asked her, I says, but this is
my gosh, this guy.
No, she says, the line's been crossed. So she told me yesterday, she said, the line's been crossed, honey. You need to talk about this. I said, okay. So here I am talking about it, and I'm realizing, yes, the line has been crossed, and now it's inevitable. It seems like it's inevitable that something has to go down between now and it can't go any longer than maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I think, at this point in time.
I agree, Clyde. I agree.
So stupid.
It's out of control. Thank you very much.
Jake, thank you. Let's go to Ed now. Ed in Oregon. Hi, Ed. You're on Ground Zero.
Hey, Clyde, how you doing? Long time, first time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hear you talking about this ejection system, and are you referring to the impulse system to get the missile from the sub to the surface of the ocean?
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, they've detected this type of activity going on with the subs, the Korean subs, North Korean subs, in there. That just came over alert. It alerted me with the news service we have here. It alerted me about this I'd say maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. So this is still fresh news that they're actually monitoring the situation, saying that they are testing the propulsion systems, injection systems that are supposed to be sending these missiles into the air so they can ignite and take off.
Oh, my God, got him.
Okay. When you launch a missile from a submarine, you put it in a nitrogen bubble. It's in a tube.
Mm-hmm.
And when it launches out of the tubes in the sub, it's surrounded by a bubble of nitrogen to keep it dry. So I couldn't see them using steam. That's the last thing you want. You don't want water to touch those things. And steam would just get deeper into the mechanism.
I don't know what their mechanism would be, but, I don't know if they use steam or they use something else, but nitrogen would make better sense. So, yes, okay.
Yeah. Sounds like they're just learning how to launch submarines or missiles from submarines.
Yeah.
They got a long way to go before they can send anything with a nuclear warhead.
That we know of.
Just learning.
That we know of. See, that's the
that we know of. Exactly.
That we know of. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I've always said don't underestimate this. I remember when the Bilderberg information came to me, and I reported they were able to successfully put a nuke on a weapon, and they're just waiting for it to be able to come in without burning up on reentry. Now they've succeeded there. Now they moved to the subs. Now we're getting reports of the subs practicing their propulsion systems and sending them out of the ocean into the air, and then they're going to fire a missile on Wednesday. We are going to fire a missile on Wednesday to learn how capable they are, and then of course the solicitation from the Pentagon for an EMP. So this sounds like we're getting the chess pieces moved around a little bit here.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they got an actual nuke out, though. That from what I've heard, anyway, that their bombs are pretty big still. They're not miniaturized enough to launch from a small platform like that.
Yeah,
but again,
they were saying that if there were a flatter surface, it could have hit Los Angeles. I don't know. It went pretty high. This last one did, and that's why I say when I was in San Francisco, all they could talk about was the vulnerability of the Bay Area, and saying that if they're a successful target to Los Angeles, they could they probably even have the capability to hit San Francisco, maybe even Seattle.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. All right, Ed.
It's a lot longer, a lot farther away than they used to. From Hawaii to the West Coast, that's a big reach.
Maybe it is a big reach. Thank you, Ed, for the call. Let's see. Let's go to Candace in Virginia. Hi, Candace. You're on Ground Zero.
Hi, Clyde. Hey, I totally agree with what you're saying, and I live like 2 miles from the largest Navy base in the world, so not fun.
Yeah.
But just another train of thought here. Part of the reason I think that we haven't had any cooperation from China is China. Who do they hate most of all?
China.
They hate Japan. They've hated them for thousands of years.
Well, right now they hate India more. I think that we're actually going to be hearing about India more so than Chinese hate for Japan.
I still feel that they're protecting North Korea in that sense, but that way they can allow North Korea to go ahead and hit Japan. You notice all their tests seem to go into the Sea of Japan, but I truly do think that they're going to do something there because they know that we're going to always take care of Japan. And we're going to be right there on their butt.
Well, Japan has been saying they want us to bring in the THAAD system and load it with nukes. They don't want to take any chances. They're saying we need nukes. And, Hawaii is probably feeling the same way right about now.
Yeah, and that's where I'm thinking. If they hit Japan, that'll take our eye off Hawaii, and they'll go right for them next.
Right. So do you think you think the shoe's going to drop sometime this week or next week?
I do. I think in the next 3 to 4 weeks tops.
Yeah. It feels like it. This time it's beyond brinkmanship because, as I said, a line's been crossed. The line has been crossed. They continue to do it, and they continue to laugh at us. They're laughing at us, and this isn't something to laugh about.
And they know they've got Russia, too, to kind of back them up, because look what we're doing to Russia now. You know, we're getting ready to sign off on which Trump didn't want to do, but he's going to be forced to sign off on that Congress's little plan to block them. And so they're kind of insulated now, and I think they're going to feel emboldened.
Well, it's just like what happened in World War II with the Japanese. I mean, FDR made it so hard for the Japanese to survive. They gave them sanction and oil embargoes and everything. They were just forced to attack the United States, and they did.
Yep. It's like history repeating all over.
Yeah, it does. Candace, thank you so much for the call.
Thanks for taking the call.
You better take care. Candace is right. It's like history repeating itself. We keep pushing these sanctions and keep doing these things, and we have a media that's out of control, continually, pushing, Trump with the Russian nonsense and everything else. This is bad for national security. It's bad for country morale. It's bad for national security. It's bad for us politically. It's easy to see how we can fall really hard if something happens with North Korea. Our power is slipping from our fingers. We are losing it. We are losing our power. It's obvious to me that's what's going on. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. What do you think tonight? I mean, this is how close we are. America is oblivious to this. They think, we're safe, no big deal. No, a lot of people. You heard at least 2 military men on this program tonight saying it's sounding a little scary. And they've been involved with war. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. I'm Clyde Lewis. You're listening to Ground Zero, and we'll be back. It wasn't long ago that people wrote letters, not just text, and hashtags were called pound signs. Nowadays, dating might look different, but there's a lot that hasn't changed. Nobody understands this better than Our Time. Our Time is the fastest growing dating site for singles over 50. Enjoy great dates and have fun doing it. Take the first step here with this free offer. Go to ourtime.com/radio for 7 days free. Search, view photos, and connect free. This free week is only at ourtime.com/radio. That's ourtime.com/radio.
Get to Lumber Liquidators Summer Splash Flooring Sale for the best deals on the best selection of wood-look waterproof floors and more. Choose from more than 40 varieties of vinyl plank up to 45% off. Get 20% off Avella wood-look tile packages. And all water-resistant Dream Home X2O laminate is on sale. Plus, get pre-finished hardwood on sale from $149. Like Bellawood Select Maple, it's 30% off. More from 49 cents and special financing. Hurry, get to the Summer Splash Flooring Sale today.
Are you working so hard to make a living you can't make time to make any real money? Is every day the same boring routine going nowhere and money runs out before the month? My name is Ron LeGrand, and for over 30 years now I've been helping clients take their life back by buying and selling houses with no money, credit, experience, or license. If you'll call 800-350-0293 24 hours and leave a message, I'll send you my new book and CD absolutely free so you can see how. I've bought hundreds of houses and trained thousands to do the same. Call 800-350-0293 to get your free starter kit until 500 are given away. You'll learn how to make a full-time income on a part-time basis without risk.
Boy, come on, Skellies. Come on, skeletons.
90% of the work done for you for pennies.
Don't look at that. Don't do it. Don't look over here. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Oh, fuck, he saw it.
What makes new Simply Summer's Eve Feminine Wash different? It's simple. Seriously, that's the answer. It's made with simple ingredients. Ingredients that help stop odor and help you maintain a naturally healthy pH, gently and effectively. Here's what Simply Summer's ingredients do not
I got him.
Harsh chemicals,
I got him.
Alcohol,
I got him.
And it comes with refreshing scents like mandarin blossom and coconut water. New Simply Summer's Eve Gentle Foaming Wash and Cleansing Cloths.
Got you. So super.
Last night we put on an epic light show.
Yeah, we did.
The crowd loved us. We love the crowd.
Wait, but there were only 4 people out there.
Yeah, but did you see their 4 faces? All 8 of their eyes lit up brighter than ours. And we're fireflies.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, that one girl, she looked like she'd never seen glow-in-the-dark like this before. And we invented glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah, we invented it.
And we're going to be out here every night, rocking out our light show at a forest near you.
Woohoo!
So come check us out.
Check us out.
And bring your kid, all ages show. Oh, but don't bring any of those glass jars, because they make us kind of nervous.
Yeah, and I'm super claustrophobic.
Whether you're rocking their world or they're rocking yours, some memories never fade. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you and discover other cool things to do when you go, like fishing, biking, or even camping. Visit discovertheforest.org.
Son of
See
a
you
bitch.
later.
Yeah, see you soon.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Let's go to Jim. Jim, hi in Nebraska. You're on Ground Zero.
Hi. Just calling to make a comment about the minimization that I hear from you repeatedly about the threat from Russia.
I don't minimize the threat. I don't minimize the threat from Russia. Russia's always been a threat, but the thing is, they've never had reason to attack us for a long time.
No, that doesn't mean that they aren't preparing themselves to do so. And I'm not worried so much about them attacking us right now as, you know, the idea of there being no collusion.
There is no collusion. It's not.
There was collusion, and
no, there was not collusion. Okay, name the sources of the collusion. Please name the sources of the collusion. You believers in collusion, I swear to God, you believe a conspiracy theory that's twisted and built by the media, and 93% of their coverage is all about the collusion, which makes it even more suspect.
Marcus.
Please give me the agencies that said that there was a collusion. When Comey said there was no collusion, the president was under investigation. Comey said so. The New York Times said that they had reporters that lied about it. CNN fired 3 Pulitzer Prize-winning reporters for lying about it. Where are your sources?
Oh, man.
What? You don't have any, do you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I know it's hard to be a person who works very hard for his money and has to do things for his family. I understand that. I understand that the only information you get is from TV and from CNN or from Fox or some other radio or TV outlet that basically continues this stupid insinuation about Russian collusion. And I'm sorry, it's not real. It's all nothing. It's a nothing burger, as Van Jones says it was. It's a nothing burger. And Van Jones is a liberal. He said it was a nothing burger.
Okay, well, that's what you keep telling people all the time.
Yes,
and
I do, because
you're just completely off the mark.
Well, I'm not off the mark. I just told you, please give me proof or give me the agencies that have come right out and said, yes, there is proof. There is nobody that has gone on the record saying there's been collusion with our president and Russia over the election. They've suspected.
Well, the investigation is ongoing as we speak.
Yeah, it's ongoing, but nothing is coming of it.
Comes out.
No, nothing comes out.